You said you got out-rebounded, and I checked the stats. You did, 36-32. How does Baylor get out-rebounded by Yale? How's that happen?
Are you directing that towards anyone?
Gentleman who just talked about getting out-rebounded. He had the stat sheet.
Tori?
Tori? You said how do they
Yeah,
have more rebounds
you
than
said
us?
you get out-rebounded. I was surprised. You did, 36-32. How does Yale out-rebound Baylor?
You go up and grab the ball off the rim when it comes off, and then you grab it with two hands, and you come down with it, and that's considered a rebound. So they got more of those than we did.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, one more question here.
That's for Jonathan. You guys tried a few things defensively. Were they just finding the open areas, or what was going on?
We just didn't keep our man in front of us. That's what we didn't do. Simple as that.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Okay, we'll now dismiss the student athletes back to the locker room. Thank you. We will open it up to questions for Coach Drew. Questions?
To answer the rebounding question, I think it's fair to look at Yale out-rebounded Illinois 48-25. They were even on the glass against Duke and SMU, but had more offensive rebounds, I believe, against both. They're 7th in the country in Ken Palm's RPI offensively and defensively. I believe we're 3rd offensively in rebounding, but like 30s or defensively. So they're a very good rebounding team. And I think the biggest thing anyone can mistake in is where someone, what conference, what school, or whatever. That's what makes March Madness March Madness. It's not who's the best team 4 out of 7 games like the NBA. It's who's best for that 40 minutes. And Yale was better than us today for 40 minutes, and that's why they won this game. And I think they're very well coached, very disciplined, and it's a very good team. So I think they deserve a lot of credit. They got a lot of veteran guys, a couple 23-year-olds, and I think that experience helps. So they deserve the win.
Questions for Coach Drew? We'll go right in front.
Paul Catalina, ESPN Central Texas. Coach, after what happened last year, losing the first round, does this one sting that much more? Because it's
yeah, they all sting. But I think we were all focused on making sure we didn't have the same ending we did last year. And we got off to a good start, and then we had trouble controlling Mason and went to man, and I thought we were able to mix some things up and slow him down a little bit. But unfortunately, offensively, we really dipped in the second half, shooting only 38%. In first half, we were 52%, 51 and change. And I thought that really hurt us.
More questions? Right in front.
Scott, what do you think the problems were defensively? Was it just their passing, or?
No, I think they have very, very good players. They got guys that are going to make some money playing this game, number one. And then number two, I think, I mean, again, I think Mason really controlled the tempo, and he created offense for everybody else. If you trapped them on the ball screen, they threw out and got some open looks. If you switched, well, now you had a rebounding disadvantage. If you gave long help, now they were able to hit a 3 with 32. So, I mean, they did a good job exploiting him on ball screens and making it tough. And I think he really deserves a lot of credit for playing an outstanding game.
Do we have any more questions? Go right in front.
Coach, did the team lose its cool for a little bit there in the second half? Was there some frustrations where they maybe, got out of their character?
I think we hurt. The one thing you don't want to do is when you get down, you don't want to rush on the offense. You want to use that energy on the defensive end. And I thought on the offensive end, we took a couple for a stretch there. We took some quick shots, some bad shots. And what happens is everyone tries to make a play to get your team back. And there's no home runs. There's no 5-point shots or 6-point shots. And that was disappointing. I thought if we'd have stayed a little more poised and got some higher percentage shots, maybe the lead doesn't grow to where it did and made the comeback that much tougher at the end. Still credit the guys for fighting back to where we got the ball with 6 seconds and a chance to win the game or tie the game. And we just didn't execute at the end of the game.
Any more questions? We have a question over here.
Scott, Pete Thamel from Sports Illustrated. Just walk through that last possession and what you saw there. Obviously, you're limited with what you can do with 6 seconds, but you couldn't have been happy with the result.
Yeah, we're trying to spread him out and allow Lester to get to the paint. He had just come down and gotten a layup prior to that, but really trying to come down and create a shot for somebody else. And unfortunately, I think he slipped, lost the ball, and we weren't able to do that. But he's fast enough and quick enough to get a shot for himself or get a shot for a teammate. And he's done that throughout the year at different times and in practice. So we felt comfortable that he'd be able to create an opportunity for somebody else, or if he had a wide open layup like the last one, he would have gotten it.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Okay, we now have Yale, and Yale advances to the second round on Saturday versus Duke. Before we start, just a reminder to please identify your media organization and your name. We are joined now by Yale student athletes Makai Mason, Justin Sears, and Brandon Sherrod, along with head coach James Jones. Coach Jones, would you please start by making an opening statement?
I thought it was a really well-played game by my team. They did a tremendous job at following the scouting report. And the best statistic I can look at on this sheet here is that we out-rebounded Baylor. And, you know, they're a big, strong, physical team, the #1 offensive rebounding team in the country, I believe. We did a great job at making sure we got our lion's share of those. It's all the difference in the game. And I thought that there was a key stretch where Brandon and Justin both were in foul trouble, and we brought a couple guys off the bench, Sam Downey and a little play Blake Reynolds, and they really gave us a boost and changed the game and gave us a chance to win.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now have questions for the student athletes only. Again, please identify yourself, your media organization, and direct your questions to a particular student athlete. Questions? In the back.
Hi, Cameron Kaufman, WYBC Yale Radio. Makai, you were perfect from the free throw line during this game, and you made some really clutch ones down the stretch. Can you talk about what was going through your mind shooting those free throws with the whole arena silent and the game on the line?
thinking anything, to be honest with you. I guess I was just trusting in my practice. Hours and hours of just shooting foul shots at the end of a workout and making a certain amount in a row before I'm able to leave the gym. So I guess just the practice paid off today.
Questions for the student athletes? Right here.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Justin, there were a few moments where you made a couple gestures to the crowd. It seemed like you guys were really enjoying it out there. Did you guys feel that you had the building and that they were, for lack of a better term, rooting for you guys today?
Yeah, definitely. We want New York or Providence, and we got Providence, and we're only an hour and a half away from Yale, so this is huge. And I think the big thing is it's a little bit bigger than us. We've had everyone and their mother come out to say kind words to us, from the governor of Rhode Island to people from the team in 62 to speak to us. So this was bigger than us, and we wanted to do it for all the Yale faithful out there, and we're happy just to pull off the W.
Another question for the student athletes?
This one's for Justin, but anybody else can jump
Please
in.
identify yourself.
Sure. Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. This one's for Justin, and anybody else can jump in here. At a school like Yale with so much history, there are so few firsts. What does it mean to you guys to be part of the first Yale team to win an NCAA tournament game?
Yeah, it's huge, and Yale is it's an amazing place. You can speak to anyone there, and they're doing something special, and the history's there, the prestige is there. So just to be among the first, the guys to start off this basketball culture, to be the first to win that the big win in the tournament is huge. So everyone's gonna look back and say this is a team that this is where it started. So it's great right now. I don't think it's really hit us how big this is yet, but we're gonna take it in and get back to work tomorrow.
Brandon, do you want to comment also?
No, I think that was well said. I mean, I really don't have anything else. It was nice. It's always nice seeing alumni and other Yale, affiliates come up to you and talk about how long they've waited for a victory, and they give you their thank yous, and it's really special.
Weekends and not able to work on my game.
Must have been Rockney-esque.
She just gave a short anecdote about when she was running for governor, and she was going to be the first Democrat to win in 12 to 16 years, and at the same time she was going to be the first woman to win. So she just told the story about how she was the underdog, no one believed she was going to win, and she's the governor of Rhode Island now. So she just gave us that story and said we're in the same or similar position, and just believe, and that's what we did, and we pulled out the victory.
We have a question in the back.
Steve Buckley, Boston Herald. Mackay, two questions. Number one, what college team did you root for growing up? And number two, how do you physically feel right now? Because you took quite a beating. You seemed to get hit in the eye, and you were getting bounced around pretty good.
Feels great.
I rooted for UMass growing up. I'd go to like most of their games because that was local for me. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of used to that at this point in the season, getting thrown around out there. But yeah, I came in with a couple bumps and bruises, and I'm sure I'll have a few more by the end there.
Any more questions? We got a follow up?
Steve Buckley, Boston Herald. Were you recruited by UMass?
Not really, no.
Okay, we have another question over here.
James Badassi, Daily News. Justin, you said on Wednesday that you want to go out with a win or two. You got one win now. I mean, what are your plans moving forward?
Celebrate tonight. We're gonna go to Dave and Buster's. We'll win a few games on the basketball shooting game, and then we're gonna have practice. We're gonna have scouts tomorrow. And we're gonna try and get a second win tomorrow against Duke.
Right here.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Brandon, with you and Justin in foul trouble, can you talk about the minutes that Blake Reynolds gave you there midway through the second half?
Yeah, I think one thing that there have been a lot of naysayers that have said that we don't have any depth. We just have guys who are always ready to step up. Coach talked about before the game, just everyone doing their job and knowing where they need to step in. And it's really awesome to see Sam Downey, who has stepped up every game this year and really giving us great minutes. And then Blake Reynolds coming into his role and just really having the guts to knock down a big-time shot. And that was a huge play for us. He also gave us great minutes rebounding and defending as well. And so when you have guys like that who are confident and who also know that they can contribute and who are also ready to come right off the bench and give us some great minutes. It's awesome to see. And I mean, we knew that they had it in them. So
We have time for one more question for the student athletes. Right here.
For any of the three of you up there, I say this semi-facetiously, the Big 12 thinks they should get 10 teams in the tournament every year. The Ivy League, never gets more than one. From both an Ivy League standpoint and a mid-major standpoint, are teams at your level underrated, not just by fans, but in essence by the selection committee?
Yeah, definitely. We're not on national TV every night, so guys haven't heard of Makai Mason before, and he just dropped 31. He should be a scholarship player at any high major program. But it's a chip on the shoulder for us just when we step out there, and you could see Baylor that they didn't take us seriously from the start of the game, and as we started hitting shots, I realized we're for real, and that's with a lot of mid-major teams. They don't really do a good job scouting them, and they don't really think highly of them. But when you have a bunch of seniors on the team, and at the same time guys who are playing hard out there, anything can happen, and that's how we pulled out the win today.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now dismiss the student athletes back to the locker room. At this time, we'll have questions for Coach Jones. Questions? Right up in front.
Hey, Coach, could you just kind of follow up on the whole recruiting thing? What did you see in Makai early on that made you want to recruit him, and were you surprised other schools weren't so heavily involved?
Well, no, I guess I could say I wasn't surprised that other schools were heavily involved. We got involved with him quite early. He committed to us, told us he wanted to come, I believe, when he was 11th grader. Sorry, a 10th grader. So it wasn't that long of a recruiting process to have him commit to us. And the thing that I enjoyed and liked most about him, I went to watch him work out at Hotchkiss, and his dad was playing. I believe his father had on some ugly yellow sneakers. And so it was kind of like an old man's pickup game. And he was so intent on winning that pickup game, that fire, that desire, that commitment to being good, you could just see it in his eyes. And that he had already committed at that time, but at that point, I knew I had somebody special, the way he reacted. I can't remember if they were playing against each other or not. I just remember that, those yellow sneakers, I can't forget them now. They're on the brain. And the fact that they were playing, and so it wasn't like it was a high-level game. Like his dad was playing, right? So, but he wanted to win so bad in a game like that. That meant something to him, because I was in the gym. He wanted to prove to me that, hey, I'm going to be able to play for you. And, you saw it tonight. He's a special player. And you don't see it every night. He doesn't feel like he has to do it every night. But when it's time to step up and the lights are on, he's ready to go.
Questions for Coach Jones? Go here.
Jim Donaldson, Providence Journal. Coach, same question I asked your players. It always seems to me yearly that teams at your level and leagues at your level, what kind of statement does this make when Yale can come out and with no fluke involved, beat a very good Big 12 team?
Well, like history would tell you that the Ivy League has done pretty well as of late in the NCAA tournament. A few years back, Cornell won a couple of games and got to the Sweet 16. Harvard has won a couple of games a couple of years in a row, and this year we've been able to win one so far. I look at the RPI, and I was really curious why Princeton wasn't mentioned in anybody's bubble team. They had an RPI in the 30s, and they're one of 3 teams in the 30s that didn't make the tournament. But no one ever mentioned them, and partly because they're in Ivy League. And they didn't have a great non-conference in terms of a signature win. But what people don't understand and how this works is that we never get a high major team in our building. Very rarely does that ever happen. So it's hard to get those wins to prove it, because when you have to go on a road and play at Baylor, it's a whole different story than playing them on a neutral court or playing them in your building. So the matrix of it say that we should have been somewhere between a 10 and a 13 seed, and we got a 12. But we have a 40 RPI. Our KenPom's 39. So if those numbers don't mean anything, why do we have them? Like last year, we were in a situation where we should have gotten NIT. There were like 13 teams that were picked after us in RPI, and every single team before us got in. So if it doesn't matter, then why is every other team before us got in? And then they skipped us and went on to 13 other teams. So and one of those teams was UConn, and we beat them on their court. And it's hard for me to understand why no one understands how hard that is to do. That's like impossible to do. It's happened one time in 80 games or something ridiculous like that. In any event, I could go on for a while on that question. Yeah, I'm going to get misquoted. I'll shut up now.
Questions for Coach Jones, right in front.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Coach, I felt like there were two spots where you answered them. First was they came out, they were making shots, they had a 6-point lead, and then Mackay went off a little bit in the first half. And then in the second half, they started 6-0 out of the locker room, and you answered 6-0 immediately. Can you talk about your team's ability to answer Baylor when it felt like they were starting to take a little bit of control of the game?
Yeah, we've done that all season long. We've won 17 out of 18 games, or 18 out of 19 games, something ridiculous like that. And every time that it gets tight, someone steps up to get something done. So I have great confidence in my team. You know, John Wooden never used to call timeouts because he felt it was a, act of, showing that you were weak, an act of weakness. And I feel really good with this team where if somebody gets on a run, we'll answer it because of the guys we have on the floor. And they certainly did that tonight.
Questions in the back.
Cameron Kaufman, WIBC Yale Radio. Coach, can you talk about that little spurt of play you got from Trey Fills? You brought him in to give Mackay a bit of a rest. He made a huge basket kind of to get the Yale fan section amped up and really did all that you could have asked for him for the time that you had him in the game.
Well, I just want to point out, for the tournament, the first game, I bought my staff matching shirts and ties. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but we had matching shirts and ties. So I rely a lot on my assistant coaches. And Coach Kingsley came up to me during a timeout. He goes, "Do we want to get Mackay a rest?" And I'm like, I don't think I want to get Mackay a rest. And he asked me again, do we want to get Mackay a rest, get Trey in? He's someone that we feel that's going to be really good for us down the road, and you never knew if we're going to need him at the end of the game. So we put him in the game to give Mackay one possession after the timeout to rest, and we ran a play for him thinking that he was somebody they wouldn't worry about much. And we ran a back cut, he caught it, scored a layup, and Yale Nation was happy.
Any more questions for Coach Jones?
Evan Frondwer from the Alumni Magazine. Coach Jones, it's a Duke rematch on Saturday. Any early thoughts on that game?
No thoughts at all. I'm too happy. I'll think about that after I leave the press conference and get something to eat.
Okay, right here.
Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. Coach Jones, you guys are now 23-0 when you've led going into the last 5 minutes. I'm just curious, the last 5 minutes of this game, how long did they seem? And in the last 7 minutes, I think you guys only had 2 made baskets.
Well, it got dicey there when Justin turned the ball over out of bounds. I felt comfortable to that point. And, again, like you just mentioned, our success down the stretch. So I have a lot of confidence in these guys being able to do what's necessary. That being said, it did get a little dicey down the stretch, and I was very happy that we were able to knock down free throws that were very important. Justin missed 2 key ones that were important, but Mackay stepped up. Nick Victor made the front end of a 1-and-1 or first shot, and Brandon was able to finish it off. So guys do a great job. I can't tell you how proud I am of this group in terms of what they've accomplished thus far. And it's been building for a couple of years in terms of what we've done to get to this point, and it shows tonight.
Got time for one more question. Anybody? Okay, thank you. Just to repeat some notes, with 23 victories, Yale has its most wins since getting a program record 30 victories in the 1906-07 season. This is Yale's first ever NCAA tournament win. The last 12 seed to win was in 2014 when Stephen F. Austin, North Dakota State, and Harvard all won from the 12 seed. The 31 points by Mackay Mason was a career high. First NCAA, first 23 wins. 23 wins is the most since 1906-07. What? This is Yale's first ever tournament win. All right. There you go. Got it.